class.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all for coming today. Juniors and seniors, we have some guests with us today from our community, from our schools, that want to talk to you about some internship opportunities for not just the spring semester, but going forward into the next couple of years. So I know we've got juniors in here as well. Juniors, this may not apply to you in the spring. Your schedule may not work with your schedule. Seniors, in the short term, this is more for you, but juniors, pay attention. It may work for you in the spring, but it may be something you want to do next year. So we will be willing to, I know I've heard a lot about schedule changes for the second semester. If you wanted to try an internship with one of these businesses that you're going to hear about today, or a business that's not here today, we would be willing to look at your schedule, and if everything works out in your schedule, fix that for you, where you could do an internship. The purpose of the internship is for you to get that real world experience. Because seniors, in about 6 months from now, you're out the door. You're into that real world that you've heard about for all these years. So we want to give you the opportunity to experience a little bit of that before you actually go into it. So these ladies and gentlemen are here today to talk about what they do, to give you a brief presentation, to give you some information, make some mental notes, and if you have any questions afterwards, you can see Mrs. Myers. Mrs. Myers is our internship teacher, and she can put you in contact with the right people. All right, so I want to welcome our guests today. Thank you very much. And we're going to start out with one of our own, Mrs. Brown, Heather Brown. She's our communications director here at the school.
Thanks, Mr. Shibley. Maybe you've seen me around taking pictures, video, that sort of thing. Obviously, there's a lot happening in this district, from athletics to academics to activities happening every day. So we need just as many boots on the ground as possible to gather photos, to gather news stories, to gather social media posts. If you dream of doing any of that, then an internship with our communications and marketing department might be for you. You could potentially gather a news story, a news article that's posted on our website, or to local media. Mr. Micah Charquette from the Sepulveda Times is here. He runs many of our stories, and he just takes them as we write them. So that's a fantastic opportunity to really get your name out there, get your byline out there. If there's something interesting happening in the district, or even in an activity that you're involved in, you could gather all that information and write an article for it that would be submitted to local media, formed into a press release, or put on our website and social media platforms. Mr. Nico Mcwilliams, he's joined us too. A little later on, he's going to talk about some opportunities with our new electronic scoreboards that are going to be installed at the Chieftain Center and at the football stadium. And that's going to require all kinds of video work, even some sideline reporting, and some really exciting things happening there as well. So if you're interested in gathering video, it doesn't have to be anything that's super fancy that you'd see on ESPN. It can be something that you're doing even on social media. Really, everybody is a news gatherer these days, right? Everybody is able to put together a video, edit a video. You can do all of that even on your cell phone. And of course, we have plenty of equipment to borrow here at our communications department, TV, and through those scoreboards. So if you all have any questions for me about what we do in our communications department, or if you're interested in any opportunities, just get in touch with me, Heather Brown with the E on the end, or Mr. Mcwilliams, and we'll get you all set up and get you out there, and you can really have something tangible to show, from a news article to a social media post to a video that you create, or even a podcast or some sort of recording. we're really just trying to get all of the events and information out there as possible, as much as possible. You could end up going to an elementary school, covering something that's going on there, taking some great photos, and putting together an article for that. So, any questions about what we do at the communications office and what kind of opportunities we have there? Someone started to say something. Anyway, it doesn't sound exciting because I don't have slides or anything like that, but it certainly is, and it's definitely something that's tangible that you can create and do and really get in there and get your hands dirty and be boots on the ground for the district and be those news gatherers that we need. And Mr. McWilliams, again, will talk more about the opportunities for those videos scoreboard, something super exciting coming up in the next couple months. All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, next up we have Artis Thompson coming to speak with us about opportunities through our local McDonald's.
And your training person when you're employed at our McDonald's store. I'm here today to introduce you guys. I'm going to talk a little about, next slide, our history, McDonald's education, and the wage opportunities. Okay, next slide. The next slide is, which one of these people you guys think work for McDonald's? You're correct. All of them started out flipping hamburgers at McDonald's some years ago. Pharrell got fired. He liked to come to work and eat his McNuggets and play off, but he came back later on and did the Lovin' It video for McDonald's. He likes McDonald's, but working for McDonald's wasn't his passion. Pete was in the drive-thru, and a lot of you guys don't remember, but there used to be Janet Jackson headsets, and she said, I rocked that drive-thru with them Janet Jackson headsets and everything. And you all know about Hamilton and Mr. Bezos. So, to tell you guys, what you learn at McDonald's can go with you wherever you go in life. And these are people to let you know that it does. The history of McDonald's, the history and the values. McDonald's, and I'm going to tell you, I have been around for 11 years at McDonald's. I started out, who know about the Ronald McDonald House? I started out as one of the greatest organizations, I think, in Tulsa. And there's a lot of great organizations that help mothers with their newborn kids. I started out collecting funds for them about 15 years ago. Then I moved up and started working for a franchisee. And what I did for him, I did McTeacher's Night. I would do fundraisers and things for the community because McDonald's likes to give back to the community and everything, because you guys are what makes McDonald's what it is. So McDonald's is one of the greatest places to work for. We have education opportunities at McDonald's. Oh, we're way there. McDonald's education opportunities are for everyone, no matter what age you are. Education for everyone. Okay, I can't keep up with that. Our internship is that we don't have an internship where you can come and follow someone around. We are going for the work-study program. You have to be 16 years old, and you are actually hired at McDonald's, and you start off at $11 an hour. I will be the one to train you, who will train you what to do at McDonald's and everything. But once you're working for McDonald's, you or your family member, that education opportunity or continuing education opportunity is there for you and your family because you work for McDonald's. It helps you on tuition assistance. Back in October, they have scholarships and they have grants, guys, and it's wonderful. You apply for them and they're awarded in the 1st of January. So McDonald's has a lot of opportunities. I just told this story this morning. I had one guy that was in high school that came to McDonald's and he worked for 1 week. He came to the office, he turned in his uniform and everything. He said, I'm quitting. I said, okay. Can I ask you why? He said, it's not for me. He said, I'm going back to school and I'm going to try to figure out what I want to do. So you do learn from McDonald's. And whatever you go in life, you'll take that with you. Okay? Archways to Opportunity is what our education and everything falls under. Committed to helping the employees of the restaurant. If we empower you, if we give you a scholarship, you're going to empower your family and your next generation, and that's what we look at. Tuition assistance, any federal funded institution, and I hear welding, and I'm going to be a nurse, and I'm going to be a chef, and all of that. If it's a federal funded institution, McDonald's will assist you on your tuition. The scholarship program is basically online. You all can still go online and look at those scholarships. And some of them you don't have to be applied to McDonald's, working for McDonald's for them. You can apply online for them if you meet the criteria. A new one that was offered to us in 2021 was the Colorado Technical University. And if you work at McDonald's, a lot of seniors say, hey, I'm going to wait a semester, or I'm going to wait a year, or whatever like that. You can take online classes with them, and your tuition is fully taken care of. And then you can decide, hey, this is what I want to do after and everything. McDonald's is there for you. McDonald's is not for everyone. But McDonald's is a great place to work at. And if you work there, whatever your shift is, McDonald's has a free meal for you. Hey, thank you guys so much. I wish you well.
Thank you so much, Artis. Next up from Freedom Elementary, we have Kendall Ellward.
Hi, I'm Kendall Ellward. I am a Pittsburgh State University graduate. I've been at Freedom Elementary for 3 years, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Freedom. So Freedom opened in 2012, and we house pre-K through 5th grade students, and we strive to rise above the rest. So that's kind of a motto at our school that we use, and I've really enjoyed my time at Freedom. Like I said, I've been there 3 years. I taught 2nd grade my first year. Last year, I was a virtual teacher, which was very challenging. You definitely see the impact that COVID and the distance learning that it just really affected the kids. So this year, I'm back in 2nd grade, which I'm really excited about. Some of our academic achievement at Freedom: we were a 2020 National Blue Ribbon School. This year we got a big award for proficient or advanced scores. We surpassed the state average in every subject by at least 10 points. We also have great expectations, which assists in harmony and excitement within our school, and we're also an A+ school. So some great ways to get involved is really with reading. Like I said, COVID really affected our kids, and what we're seeing is so many kids are struggling in their academics, especially with reading. So there's lots of ways to get involved, just being like a guest reader or helping with events, reading with them in the hallway. There's lots of different things where teachers could always use some extra help. So there's lots of ways to get involved, like I said, so there's my contact information, and I appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Kendall. Next up is Amber Robertson from Jefferson Heights Elementary.
Good morning. My name is Amber Robertson, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about being a teacher. First, I didn't have all those wonderful facts about my elementary student. But just starting off, I am an early childhood major. I graduated from Oklahoma State. I'm also certified in secondary education, so I can teach anywhere from preschool to 6th grade math, and I can go up to 8th grade in the other subjects. This is my 10th year teaching. I have taught multiple grades, so I started off with kindergarten for 6 years and decided I needed something different and went to 2nd grade, and I taught math and science there. I loved it. The kids would never tie their shoes, they could scissors, all those things that kindergartners couldn't do, and it was a good experience to move up. Then I had the opportunity to move up to 4th grade, and it's even better. I love 4th grade. I get to focus on math. It is where my passion is. So I just want you to take a second and think about a teacher that's impacted you. And so when I sit and I think about that, I think back to my 6th grade teacher, Miss Hill. Even though she taught a subject that I did not like, she taught reading, but still not my favorite by any means. But she always made me feel loved, and she always listened to me, and I know you guys have had teachers who have affected you like that. You may not love school, but you can at least think of one teacher who has impacted you. And kids need that, especially today. Like going back to what she was saying about COVID, these kids, a lot of them, they didn't have anybody last year. And so teachers make a very big impact on kids every single day. So those are just some things to think about to get you started thinking about teaching. I want the things that make good teachers, like from that aspect, they're definitely, you need to love what you teach. So if your love is for science, I would love for my children to go to school with somebody who actually knows science, who's passionate about it. For me, I'm passionate about math, and so like my kids walk in, they know like we're gonna do math and we're gonna learn to love it. If you don't, we will by the end of the year. Loving kids is extremely important. No matter if you want to teach high school, you have to have that passion for what you're doing. Being open-minded is a big deal because things change all the time. You're told to do one thing and then a year later it may be completely different. So you have to be open-minded and flexible. Highly organized makes a big difference, and good time management. Those are all qualities that you need to have in a good team. And just kind of reflecting back on that, teaching is more than just a job. It's not something that you just show up every day, you do your 8 to 5, and then you leave. Like, it's something that I carry over at home and I think about. I'm not into taking my stuff home with me, like grading papers. It's how things go off. But when I'm out in the public, like I know I have to have a certain persona. Like when I come to the pulpit, to the car show event, I think about that, like, okay, I mentally need to know I'm gonna run into my students. I need to have that smile on my face. It goes more than just what I'm teaching. So for me, the best things about teaching are making a difference. I love that every day is a new day. And for sure, you could always have room to grow and change. Like you've seen that I started off in kindergarten, went to 2nd grade, I've gone into 4th. If you ask my daughter now, she'll tell you that mommy wants to go back to school to be a principal. So that's my goal. Who knows after that? I mean, there's so much growth within education and out of school systems. So it doesn't mean you're stuck just because you choose one thing. You can always grow to do something else. So if that's anything that you think that might interest you and you want to experience it, this is the time to do it, guys. Like, do it before you go to school, before you decide and you waste time and money in doing something that you don't know that you love. Feel free to join any of us at the elementaries. We'd be happy to find you a spot and get you in there and see what you can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. Next we have Cindy Lawrence speaking to us from Sapulpa Main Street.
Good morning. I'm Cindy Lawrence, and I'm from Sapulpa Main Street, and we do downtown revitalization, and you're like, what the heck is that? So basically, some of the things that we do is we work with building owners on their buildings, restoring them, keeping them in shape, making them inviting for businesses to want to be in their location. We do a lot of facade grants. A lot of you may have came at one time or another and have volunteered for us with downtown cleanups. We do a lot of things to help keep the downtown pretty. Because part of revitalization is you want your town to look good. So not only do people want to have business here, but they want to come and enjoy the things that we do downtown. We are a volunteer-driven program, and so a lot of our activities and stuff, we have to have volunteers. So whether you do an internship with us or not, you're always welcome to volunteer because we do lots of activities and events that require volunteers, and so we're always needing help. We do a few events. We do lots of events. We have probably 7 or 8 events between now and the end of the year. A lot of these events you've probably been to at some point or another. We do the Food Truck Fridays where we have the concerts. We do the Route 66 Blowout. This Thursday night we have the lights on. And we also give away cash. We do the $10,000 Jingle Bell Sweepstakes. And so we not only get down and get our hands dirty, but we have a lot of fun. Like I said, the Route 66 Blowout is one of our events. It's 31 years old and it brings a lot of people to Sapapa. And it requires a lot of volunteers. Like I said, we do the Jingle Bell Sweepstakes where we give away a lot of cash. It brings a lot of people to town that day. And we're always needing volunteers, but with all this volunteers, we also have to have people that help plan these events. Those 2 events it takes a year in planning to pull them off. Some of the new things that we have coming on the horizon is, like I said, we started the Food Truck Friday this last year with the concerts, and that's something that we're going to ramp up even more this year. You've probably have heard about the Downtown Master Plan. We've got a lot of new things fixing to happen downtown, and we are going to start changing our alleys to make them more walkable. That may be something that you're interested in. Maybe you're not interested in events, but you're interested in making changes into our downtown. So whether it be events, volunteers, cleanups, whatever, Main Street would love to have you as an intern or as a volunteer. So reach out, we'd love to have you, and we appreciate your time.
All right, thank you, Cindy. Next is Principal Jasmine Musgrove coming to us from Liberty.
Good morning. You all are in a very important position. You're getting ready to make big decisions on your whole life ahead of you. I think you'll see a trend with all of the elementary schools being here right now. Finding qualified educators to help our future is of the utmost importance. At Liberty Elementary, we have about 240 kids. We're the smallest elementary school, but we have a lot of need. It's been said that in kindergarten, if we can get all of our kids to learn their letters and sounds, they'll become readers. And as you know, being able to read is what unlocks your whole life ahead of you. So we do need interns to help with our small group reading in the lower levels, but we also have students that have missed addition, subtraction, multiplication in the upper levels. So we need those students to come in and work with small group students to fill those gaps. With the COVID and the lack of instruction, we have students that missed a whole year of instruction. So interning would be so important. No matter what you choose to intern in, I highly advise that you take that time to go in and get your feet wet in whatever you're thinking you want to do, because that's where your whole life is going to take you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Tawny Vickers here for us on behalf of our Sapulpa City Manager, Joan Riley.
Hey guys, I'm going to be honest with you, I did not know I would be speaking just a couple hours ago, so bear with me, I'm going to wing it a little bit. It wasn't that long ago that I was sitting where you're sitting, graduating from here. I've always loved this town. I didn't realize, and I'm sure most of you do not, how many jobs it takes to run the city of Sapulpa. We employ 233 people at the city of Sapulpa. And I think most people think of our water utilities, our sewer plant, things like that when they think about the city of Sapulpa. We also have a legal attorney, we have cashiers, we have golf professional, we have librarians, we have legal aid, we have electricians, plumbing inspectors, code inspectors, fire, police, foremen, park activity planners, event planners, heavy equipment operators. Myself, I am the social media and marketing coordinator for the city of Sapulpa, which is a new position, something that we're really excited about to market our city. So I learned about this internship this morning and that we would be offering it. If you love animals, if you want to know what it takes to run an animal shelter, turn at the Sapulpa Animal Shelter. If you're interested in film, making videos, which I'm sure you have made TikTok videos or Facebook Reels or whatever you kids are into these days. Website updating, Facebook, social media, that's my job. It's fun. Intern with me. This actually, Joan wrote that the best part is getting to work with our new person. Put that in there. That would be the best part, working with me. Our idea is to create videos that talk about what's happening in our city, how to pay your bills online, how to participate in things we have happening in the city. And so that intern would help me create those videos, act in them, plan them out. If you've got an idea that would intrigue people, we would love to have it. If you have noticed, we have started 3 days a week. I partner with Micah at the Sapulpa Times and tell people on Facebook what is happening in our town, whether it's new businesses, activities. We're just getting the word out about Sapulpa. That's a huge thing. If you're interested in demographics or economical development or how to market your city to bring new jobs and new corporations to the town of Sapulpa, for an opportunity of growth for Sapulpa. We have a new economical development director. His name is Mark Lawson, is also the state representative for this area. He is looking for an intern to help him run those reports, to find out about what's happening in Sapulpa, the new demographics, the things that people are looking for, the type of businesses that people are looking for. So if you have a passion for that, we're looking for that as well. We have a mapping department. And that department locates all the new manholes and the roadways that are happening in Sapulpa and for new housing additions. So if you are interested in building homes or learning about what type of homes goes in different areas, that's something we're looking at too. So please join us, and not even just for an internship. We have summer jobs available. We run the pool, we run some mowing. We have different things that can happen as a summer job, as you leave high school or entering college. We've got jobs available for you. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Your teacher does have my information. We have so much happening in Sapulpa, guys. The growth is unbelievable. So we would love to have you.
Thank you very much, Tawny. Next, we have Matt Bennett speaking to us from Bennett Steel.
Good morning. Everybody hear me okay? Yeah. I'd like you to introduce me. My name is Matt Bennett of Bennett Steel. I am a 1995 alumni of Sapulpa High School, of East Hall. Principal Chibley, him and I were great friends back in the day. Bennett Steel is a family-owned business that started in Sapulpa in 1981. Been around 40 years now. Actually, 40, we just celebrated our 40th anniversary. What our business does is we are a structural steel fabricator, erector. We build structures such like these buildings here. We go everything from the steel columns to the beams. We've got heavy equipment such as cranes. And we're looking for good, qualified, dependable kids in the near future to help this business continue to succeed. Kind of what we do is we range from, like I said, we got crane operators, we got workers that actually put up the buildings, we've got workers that fabricate the steel, we've got engineers on staff, we've got diesel mechanics. So we offer a wide range of type of jobs here locally. So what we actually hired a couple graduates here a couple years ago that started out as interns, and we actually hired on full time. You know, we've got hourly wage, we got salary positions. Hourly wage started anywhere from $16 an hour all the way up to $40 an hour. That would be memorable. I like to talk with my hands, I'm sorry. So, anyway, now that everybody's awake, I just want to open up to a quick little question and answer to see if anybody has any questions about Bennett School. I'll end on that note.
Thanks for that mic drop, Matt. Next we have Heather Cupp speaking to us from Synergens.
Thank you for that warm welcome. Hi. As she introduced me, I'm Heather Cupp. I'm one of the HR business partners with Synergens International. We have offices in Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, and Hong Kong, and we're based right here in Sapulpa on Main Street. Can you believe that graduation is just around the corner? It wasn't too long ago that I sat in this very room, in this very auditorium, as a student. In 1991, I'm their graduating class. I remember not knowing what I was going to do with my career. I thought I had an idea. I was going to be a journalism major. That didn't turn out. I'm in human resources. And this is an exciting time to join Synergens. We have been awarded a Best Place to Work 2 years in a row, and we've been nominated this year, so we're hoping, eagerly anticipating the results to take a three-peat. So that's pretty exciting. We also are the premier cosmetics sponsor for the upcoming Miss USA pageant that's taking place right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma in November. So next week, or the week after Thanksgiving actually. So we've got 5 opportunities for internships at Synergens. And then we have a sister company, the Conte Group. They're on Dewey Street that has 4 internship opportunities that I'm going to briefly just kind of go through with you guys. At Synergens, we have a communications and public relations spot. So what you'll do there is just really working on the communications and PR of our company, social media with Cassie Chitty. Events and marketing team working underneath Melanie Bradshaw. She's our vice president of events. You'll be working there, learning what it is, how to put on an event for 8,000 people. And so if that's your forte and you're interested in that, we'd love to have your application. In human resources, we've got a position open for next semester for our team, the HR team here in Sapulpa. We have a spot for technology, so if you're interested in technology, we haven't quite finished that out. I don't know if you've heard about what's going on Main Street with the oh, and I'm gonna mess it up, e-gaming. Y'all are probably, someone give it to me, what's it called? Thank you. That's going on Main Street. So we're fleshing out that job description by January. We should have something to where you can kind of help out in there. It'll be a really cool opportunity. In the supply chain, we have inventory, manufacturing, and distribution on West Side and our distribution center there. With the Conte Group, we've got 4 student internship opportunities. We have hospitality with the Crossroads Cookery going in on Dewey Street. A technical writer position, if you're interested in technical writing, we've got a great spot for you. Working on process flows and SOPs, we'd love to have you. In the boutique, you can work with Merck and our Shopify account and learn what it is to do business from an e-merchandising perspective. Communications and public relations, Roger would love to have you guys to work with our videographer team, assisting with social media campaigns there with the Conte Group. As you can imagine, these are all opportunities to build both leadership and technical skills. We would love to have you apply for one of these great internship opportunities. Thank you for your time today.
And then last up, we are going to hear from Mr. Markley, right? Yeah, Mr. Markley talking about the new opportunities coming to us through Chieftain TV, some really exciting things.
Okay, before we get there, I want to thank our guests once again. You guys heard a lot of things today. Everything ranged from opportunities in education, and I know Ms. Musgrove said it, Principal at Liberty. There's all kinds of opportunities to go and work with elementary kids. If you even think that you want to be in education someday, that would be a good start. Go work with the kids at Liberty, Freedom, Jefferson Heights, all different kinds of roles, from helping them with some simple math or reading, just to hang out. But help those teachers and those teachers' aides. It would be a wonderful opportunity. Matt, Bennett, great guy, great company, by the way, who's been here for a long time. I worked there, okay? I worked there when I was your age. Wonderful, wonderful opportunities. They need people that want to work, that want to get their hands dirty, learn, and help do great things. And then, of course, Synagents, tons of opportunities there with the city, with Synagents, with all these groups. So really, no matter what your interest is, there is something out there for everybody just in this town. So I encourage you to consider it. What we can do is we can work it in your schedule if it fits with your graduation requirements, where you may not have a class 6th or 7th hour. You may go to Bennett Steel, you may go to Synagents, and you may be there for a couple hours, or it may be till 5:30 at night, and you're getting paid. So, and you get credit for that. You get credit for that. You get a school credit for that. So as part of your graduation. So it's not only money in your pocket and good experience, but it is also credits toward your graduation. So if that's appealing, think about that. Lastly here is Mr. Markley and our newest chieftain, Nico Mcwilliams. Nico is going to help with our media production, with our video boards. There's a lot of graphics that are going to be involved. I don't think we even know yet everything. So I'm going to introduce these two. They're briefly going to talk about that and what the opportunities are there. So Nico and Mr. Markley.
So, in case you don't know, I'm Mr. Markley. And I'm the sponsor of Chieftain Television. It's a relatively new program, and we stream live sports, we show school events, and as I say, it's a new program, and we're still defining what all we're going to do. There's new things all the time. We're breaking into some animated videos as well. It's a great program to be in, and you guys can all still be in it if you have that inclination. Experience is not necessary, but it does always help. But no experience is necessary in this. We don't require anybody to be in front of the camera who doesn't want to be. If video editing is the thing that you like, we'll let you specialize in that. If you like to run a camera, you can specialize in that. And if you're one of those hammy people that wants to be in front of the camera, good for you. We have a place for you there as well. But it's a new thing. It is 6th and 7th hour this year. If you have an interest in that, please see me right away, and we'll see what we can do to get you into that program. And I will now hand this over to Nico and let him tell you what he's doing.
So yeah, my name is Nico Mcwilliams. I'm the new video production coordinator here at Sapulpa. basically we're getting new video boards for the Chieftain Center. That's what it'll look like. It'll be up in the ceiling where the old one is. As you can see, we'll have the score, the time, and everything up there, as well as video all the way around on the 4 different screens. And then on the one in the football field, it'll be similar. Score on the bottom, video screen up on. Basically, what we're going to be able to do with this is be able to do still and video content in game, and it'll have replay stats, and I'm not honestly 100% sure what it'll include because we're figuring that as we go. What we're hoping that it'll create is a more lively experience at home game. I know you guys like to go to football games, basketball games, and hopefully we can just, what I can do and what the video boards will allow us to do is give you guys a more fun experience at the Chieftain TV will be kind of helping us run this video for those. So obviously get involved there, especially if you're interested in journalism, reporting, or sports media. I personally didn't get involved in anything like this until college. I worked for a student newspaper at my university. I wish I would have had something like this in high school where I could have found that this is something that I really enjoyed. Started earlier, maybe had more opportunities earlier. Some of the operations will include camera operators. That'll be more cheap stuff, but they'll be helping us put video up on the video board. We're hoping to have sideline reporters. That's something that we don't necessarily have right now, but we're really excited to hopefully get that going. And then scoreboard operators, both do the time and the score at the bottom or the top of the scoreboards that we're getting, as well as people to help me run replays and whatever else. I would love to have students get as involved as they would like, and hopefully make my job as easy as possible. Like we talked about, there are internship opportunities, communications department, and working with me and Mrs. Brown. As being the youngest person who will come up here and talk to you, I literally graduated college in May of this year. So internships are really important, I would say. I didn't do any internship throughout college. I waited until after I graduated, which is what it is. But I wish I would have had some opportunities like what I've talked about today, as well as this opportunity with us and maybe I wish I would have had something like this to be able to get my foot in the door and get the opportunity to try out something that maybe you don't even know what you want, and maybe you just want to try it out. Trying something out will get you numerous opportunities, numerous things that you didn't see coming. So don't be afraid to try something different. Don't be afraid to try something new. Video boards are new, and it's new to me. It's new to you guys, and let's take it on and something special.
That was a pretty excellent lineup. Thank you so much to all of our guest speakers, people within SPS that spoke. If you have an interest in any of this or have something else in mind that kind of popped into your head while we were in here, hey, I'm still talking, then feel free to reach out to me at kmyers@sepulpaps.org, and then I can put you in the right direction as far as that goes. Also, it would be a good idea to give a shout out to your counselor as well, so that they're in the know, so that we can work with you on your schedule for the following semester or juniors, whatever you have in mind. Kind of put a bug in your counselor's ear as far as that goes as well. But for sure, get in contact with me, kmyers@sepulpaps.org.
Okay, I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions before we go? Okay. Get a hold of Ms. Myers, your counselors.